Welcome back to my channel. I am Dr. Nrubashree. Today I am going to give you a brief description about projectile motion. In many physical situations, we have seen cases like when we throw a ball or a stone with certain angle in the horizontal with respect to the horizontal axis, it will trace out a trajectory like a parabola. Such motion is called projectile motion. We can define projectile motion as any system launched under the influence of gravitational field neglecting the air drag effect forms the standard projectile motion. For example, a stone projected with an initial velocity u at an angle theta with the x-axis forms a standard projectile motion in the xy plane. The trajectory in that case will look like, suppose this is the vertical axis and this is the horizontal axis. Horizontal axis is marked as x and the vertical axis as y. The projectile traces out a trajectory like a parabola. Suppose the initial velocity of the projectile is u and it makes an angle theta with respect to the horizontal axis. The distance it covered during its course of motion is called the horizontal range and is denoted by the symbol capital R. The time taken by the projectile to cover the horizontal range is known as time of flight and is denoted by the symbol capital T. Also, the maximum height attained by the projectile during its motion is denoted by h. Since the projectile is under the influence of gravity, we can say that it will be decelerated by the acceleration due to gravity and its velocity becomes zero at the maximum height and then again it begins to increase when it reaches the touches the ground. When it reaches or touches the ground, the velocity will be maximum. The horizontal component of initial velocity vector ux will be u cos theta. It is u cos theta and the vertical component is u sin theta. That is uy equal to u sin theta. Also, the acceleration in the x direction ax equal to 0, since there is no external force acting in the horizontal direction, it is moving under only the initial velocity given by us to the stone or ball. In the vertical direction ay, the acceleration is equal to negative of acceleration due to gravity because these are in opposite directions. The motion is in the vertical direction while the acceleration due to gravity is in the downward direction. So ay equal to minus g. Now we can find the time of flight. Time of flight t. Time of flight. Time of flight is defined as the time taken by the projectile to cover the horizontal range. We have the Newton's equation of motion as displacement s equal to ut plus half at square, where u is the initial velocity, t is the time taken and a is the acceleration. So when the projectile touches the horizontal or ground, the time taken t will be termed as time of flight and t equal to t. When it touches the ground, the vertical displacement sy becomes equal to 0. So, in the vertical direction, we can rewrite the above equation as sy equal to uyt plus half ayt square. Substituting for t as time of flight and sy equal to 0, we get 0 equal to uy. We know that uy is u sin theta into t plus half ay. Instead of ay, we can write minus g into t square. So we get an expression for time of flight t as t equal to 2u sin theta divided by g. This is the expression for the time of flight. If the initial velocity and the angle of projection are given, we can calculate the time of flight. Next parameter we need to calculate is the horizontal range. Horizontal range. So using the same equation of motion of Newton, we can have Sx equal to r. Displacement becomes equal to horizontal range when the time taken by the projectile equal to time of flight. So we can rewrite the equation of motion as Sx equal to uxt plus half ax t square. Substituting for all these parameters, Sx equal to r equal to ux is u cos theta into t equal to u cos theta into time of flight is 2u sin theta divided by g. So range r equal to u square into 2 sin theta cos theta divided by g. 2 sin theta cos theta is nothing but sin 2 theta. So r equal to u square sin 2 theta divided by g. R equal to u square sin 2 theta divided by g. The other parameter we need to calculate is the maximum height. When the projectile attains the maximum height h, we can say that the final velocity Vy becomes equal to 0. So in order to calculate h, we need to use another equation of motion given as v square, final velocity square, equal to initial velocity square plus 2as, where v is the final velocity, u is the initial velocity, a is the acceleration, and s is the displacement. If we are considering the vertical motion, the final velocity Vy equal to 0, the initial velocity Uy equal to u sin theta, the vertical acceleration Ay equal to minus g, and the vertical displacement Sy equal to h. Substituting all these parameters, we obtain 0 equal to, substituting in this equation, 0 equal to u square sin square theta minus 2gh. So we obtain 0 equal to u square sin square theta minus 2gh. So rearranging, we obtain h equal to u square sin square theta divided by 2g. This is the expression for the maximum height attained by the projectile during its motion. Now we can calculate another important parameter, that is the angle which we need to project, at which we need to project so that the projectile attains maximum horizontal range. We have the equation for horizontal range as r equal to u square sin 2 theta, r equal to u square sin 2 theta divided by g. When we need r equal to r max, the only varying parameter with the theta is sin 2 theta, we need sin 2 theta should be equal to 1 because the maximum value of sine function is 1. When sin 2 theta equal to 1, we can say that 2 theta equal to 90 degree or theta should be equal to 45 degree. So in order to attain maximum horizontal range, we need to project the particle in an angle equal to 45 degree. The last and important parameter related to projectile motion is the equation of trajectory. In order to obtain an equation for the trajectory, first of all we are going to consider the x-axis displacement. The variation of displacement with time is written as, using the same expression as s equal to ut plus half at square. In the x direction we can write it as displacement in the x direction x equal to ux t plus half ax t square. That is equal to, we know that ux is u cos theta into t plus 0 because ax equal to 0 in the horizontal axis. So t equal to x divided by u cos theta. Substituting for the vertical displacement, we can write y equal to uyt plus half ayt square. We know that uy is u sin theta into t plus half minus g into t square. So it is equal to u sin theta into t. We know that t is x by u cos theta minus half g into x divided by u cos theta whole square equal to x tan theta. Because sin theta by cos theta is tan theta, u and u get cancelled. So x tan theta minus half g x square divided by u square cos square theta. Taking x tan theta outside, we get x tan theta into 1 minus half g x square divided by u square cos square theta into tan theta. Instead of tan theta, we substitute sin theta by cos theta. So it is equal to x tan theta. Here not x square, gx. X tan theta into 1 minus 1 by 2 gx divided by u square sin theta cos theta, which is equal to x tan theta into 1 minus gx divided by u square sin 2 theta. But we know that this quantity g by u square sin 2 theta is 1 by r. So substituting as 1 by r, we obtain y equal to x tan theta into 1 minus x by r, where r is the range of the projectile motion. So this is the equation of trajectory for the projectile motion. Thank you for watching this video. If you are watching this channel for the first time, please subscribe.